Thank you for joining Stretch and Flow with Rashi. We hope you enjoy this class. Don't forget to subscribe.
Hi everyone, it's Rashi from Stretch and Flow. I hope you're all well. It's February as I record this, so I hope you've all had a wonderful first month of 2021. Let's welcome ourselves on our mat. We'll be taking a 40 to 45 minute flow, full body stretch with mindfulness and breath. And over the last probably couple of weeks, a lot of my students have asked for stretches for the shoulders and neck area. Often we hold a lot of tension there, so let's use this practice together with the stretches, but also with the breath and mindfulness to release any tension that we've been carrying, particularly in that area. So let's come seated, shut the eyes down if it feels comfortable for you. Let's welcome ourselves to our practice. Let's start with the breath. The inhale in and the exhale out. Almost like that first inhale and exhale is like you're welcoming yourself back home. Take a moment just to notice if the areas that I've mentioned are feeling a little tender, the neck and the shoulders particularly. And then perhaps take that body scan and notice other parts that might be a little bit tense. Perhaps slow down the breath. In my ponderings over the last week or so, I've really delved into communication and listening and what that really means. For me, that goes hand in hand. When we listen, are we really listening, or are we just hearing? As we practice today, I want you to, or invite you to let that just flicker in your heart and mind about how well do you listen, how well do you communicate. Let's take 3 breaths together, inhaling in through the nose, a big letting go sigh out the mouth. Make it as audible as you like. Breathing in, that subtle upliftment through the crown of the head. And as you breathe out, just letting the breath go. One more. Inhaling in, exhaling out. Keep the eyes shut if it feels comfortable and just use sensation as your guide. We're just shrugging the shoulders up to the ears and taking a rotation backwards. One more like that. Inhaling in, shoulders tense up to the ears and then rotate backwards. Inhale, the shoulders come up to the ears, and then let's take a rotation forward, so dropping them forward and back. One more like that. Inhaling in and exhaling out. Interlace the fingertips at the base of the belly, elbows wide, crack the eyes open, just blink a few times. Let your eyes focus on one spot. On the breath in, bring the hands up to your heart space. On the breath out, push away and round the back. Feel the stretch in the arms. On the inhale, sweeping the arms all the way up. If you're feeling warm, you can add a gentle back bend. On the exhale, arms out to the side. Interlace the fingertips behind you. Take a big breath in as you squeeze the shoulder blades and gaze up. And as you breathe out, ground with the sit bones, but really reaching forward, interlacing the fingertips in front and then guiding everything back in. The spine lifts up. On the breath in, hands to your heart space. On the breath out, pushing away, rounding the back. Inhale, you're sweeping the arms all the way up, perhaps a deeper back bend. And as you exhale, arms out to the side. Interlacing the fingertips behind you, take a big breath in as you squeeze the shoulder blade. And as you breathe out, reaching forward. This time make a prayer at your heart space. Elbows nice and wide. Take a breath in, lifting up through the crown of the head. As you breathe out, just lean forward. You're still grounding with the sit bone, and take a twist over to the right. Inhale, come back through to center. Perhaps reach the arms all the way up. And as you exhale, bring the hands back to your heart space, leaning forward over to the other side. Do one more on each side in your own breath. On the breath in, you're lengthening through the spine, perhaps a gentle back bend. On the breath out, bringing those palms back to your heart space, taking a little lean forward and a little twist over that right shoulder. Inhale, coming back through to center, reaching up and over, and then over to the other side. Bring everything back to center. Float the arms all the way up. Take a big breath in. As you breathe out, the left arm grounds down on the mat. The right arm reaches all the way up. Feel the length. As you exhale, take that side stretch over to the left. Inhale, you're reaching up. Exhale, over to the left. We're doing one more. Breathing in to reach up. Breathing out to take the stretch. Inhale, the right arm reaches up. As you exhale, wrap the hand around the back. The left arm reaches up. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, let that left palm land either on the right elbow if you can reach it, or on the upper arm. But make sure that the body is facing front on so you're not twisting the body. So ground with the sit bones. On the inhale, that lengthening through the crown of the head. On the exhale, a little tug forward. We're doing two more like that. So inhale, lengthening. Exhale, a little tug. Inhale. And as you exhale, bring that right elbow perhaps a little bit further forward. And then gently, very gently, just releasing the arms from the stretch. Let the palms just come out to the side and slowly reach the arms all the way up. The back of the palms kiss. As you exhale, arms out to the side, letting the fingertips land down on the mat. Inhale, the arms reach all the way up. And as you exhale, bring the left hand in front, the right hand behind. A subtle lengthening through the crown of the head, and as you exhale, twist and gaze over that right shoulder. One more like that. Breathing in to lengthen. Breathing out to twist. Everything comes back round to center. Reach the arms all the way up. Take a big breath in. As you breathe out, the right hand lands down by your side. The left arm reaches all the way up. As you exhale, float the arm over to the right. That right elbow can bend to get a little deeper. Two more like that. Inhaling in. Exhaling out. One more. Now the biggest communication problem is we don't listen to understand. We listen to reply. Inhale, the left arm comes back up again. On the exhale, wrap it behind the back. The right arm reaches up, and as you exhale, that right palm either comes onto that left elbow or upper arm, keeping the body facing forward. A breath in, lengthen through the crown of the head. As you breathe out, tugging that right elbow forward. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, a little tug forward. One more, breathing in and letting the breath go. Gently release your arms from the stretch. Palms out to the side. This time reaching the arms all the way up. The gaze can follow. The palms kiss at the top. As you exhale, feel the stretch across the shoulders as the arms just land down by the side. One more. Breathing in to reach up. And this time as you breathe out, right hand in front, left hand behind. You're lengthening first on the breath in, and as you breathe out, turning gaze over that left shoulder. Inhale, lengthen a little bit more. Exhale, perhaps twist a little bit more. Bring everything back round to center, reaching the arms all the way up, perhaps a gentle back bend here. And as you exhale, take a swan dive down in front of you. Whichever transition is good for you, crossing over the ankles or kicking the legs out to the side. come onto all fours position. So hands and knees. Drop the crown of the head down towards the mat. Knees are hip width distance, palms are shoulder width distance. Let's take some gentle rocks backwards and forwards. Get a gauge of how the hips are feeling. Know that there's a lot of difference between simply listening and hearing. Can you speak in such a way that others love to listen to you? Can you listen in such a way that others love to speak to you? Maybe some rocks from side to side. Noticing how body and mind is feeling. And then come back to neutral. Just give the head a little shake, yes. A little shake, no. Before you push the waist back on the breath in and gaze up. And as you exhale, rounding and arching. 2 more like that. Breathing in, the waist goes back as the gaze goes up. And as you breathe out, rounding and arching. 1 more. Inhaling in. And exhaling out. Let's come back to a neutral spine. You're either staying on all fours or digging the toes in and coming up for downward facing dog. So really do what's right for your body, either downward facing dog, bending the knees, hips up towards the ceiling, widening through the collarbones and then pushing the upper body back towards the thighs. If that's too strong a pose for you, then you just drop down onto all fours, or even puppy pose is an option. Fingertips to the edges of the mat, hips up towards the ceiling, chest down towards the mat. Decide for what's right for your body at this time. Can you be passionate about listening as you are about wanting to be heard? Take a breath in, let the breath go. 1 more breath here. On the inhale, lifting down facing dog, lifting the heels up, coming onto your tippy toes. Imagine an imaginary line in the center of the mat, and you're just tippy-toeing the feet, putting one in front of the other all the way until you get to your palm. And then let the body just hang in ragdoll. If you're on all fours or puppy pose, you're welcome to join us here. Take a gentle sway of the hips from side to side. Keeping the crown of the head towards the mat, the back of the neck soft, just letting everything just hang heavy. You're breathing in and you're breathing out. 1 more breath. Keep the left fingernails in front of you. Bend the left knee forward. Inhale the right arm up. The gaze can be down at the mat or at that top thumb. Really pushing that left knee towards the left elbow. Pushing the right hip back. You feel a stretch down the whole of that right leg. Take 1 breath in. As you breathe out, simply swap over. Right hand comes in front. Right knee pushes towards that right elbow. Left hip pushes back. And then if you want to take that extra stretch, the left arm can reach up. Gaze at the top thumb or down at the mat. If you want a little more, you just push that right knee forward and the left hip back a little more. 1 more breath. Inhale, exhale, dropping everything down onto the mat. Inhale, a halfway lift. Exhale, a forward fold. Ground with the feet as on the inhale, the arms reach all the way up. As you exhale, bring everything down to your heart space. Empty the breath. Inhale, a back bend reaching up and over. And as you exhale, greet the earth with your hands as you come down to your mat. A halfway lift, a nice flat back. A forward fold as you empty the breath. Inhale, let's rise up again. Interlock the fingers at the top of the breath. As you exhale, ground with the feet, float the arms to one side, it doesn't matter which. Breathing in, reaching up again. Breathing out over to the other side. 1 more on each side. Inhale to reach up. Exhale to take the stretch. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale to the other side. Inhale, the arms reach up. As you exhale, split the palms, let the hands just land down by your side. Ground with the feet, take a deep inhale in through the nose. Let the breath out through the mouth. On the breath in, the arms reach up, and then we're taking a big rotation. If you're healing in the shoulders, make the rotation a little smaller. Breathing in, you're reaching up. Breathing out, letting the arms just rotate backwards. One more. Breathing in and letting the breath go. Inhale, the arms reach up, make a prayer. As you exhale to your heart space, as you empty the breath. Inhale, perhaps a deeper back bend reaching up and over. As you exhale, grounding down, empty the breath completely. A halfway lift, a nice flat back. And this time as you exhale, place the hands on the mat, bend the knees and step the right foot back. Get nice and stable. Once you feel stable, breathe the arms up for warrior two. Lunging with that left knee. Keeping that back leg nice and firm, soft through the shoulders. On the breath in, straighten the legs, the back of the palms kiss. On the breath out, push the palms out either side, really lunging with that left knee. Inhale to float up. Exhale, lunging, pushing away. Two more. Breathing in and letting the breath go. One more. Inhale and exhale. Flip the front palm. Let's reverse the stretch, reaching up and over on the breath in. As you breathe out, coming back through to warrior two. Inhale, reaching up and over. Exhale, warrior two. One more like that. Breathing in, sweep the arm up. And then let the breath go, land it back home. Turn the left foot to your side on your mat. Adjust the feet as you need to. Inhale, the arms reach up. As you exhale, take a swan dive down to your mat. Empty the breath completely. A halfway lift, a nice flat back. And then just let the body fold forward. So if you need a bit of height, you can grab hold of your blocks and place your hands on the block. You can widen the feet if you need to a little bit more. Just let the body sway forwards and backwards, perhaps coming onto the heels, coming onto the toes as you lift the heels up. Know that the single biggest problem in communication is often the illusion that it's already taken place. Be clear in your communication and choose your words wisely. Words can heal or words can harm. On the inhale, a halfway lift. On the exhale, place the hands on the mat or the block. Lunge with that right knee and keep the left leg nice and straight. Feel the stretch in that inner left thigh. Inhale, coming back through to center. Exhale, over to the other side, lunging with the left knee, keeping the right leg straight. One more on each side. Inhaling to center. Exhaling, taking the lunge. Inhale to center. Exhale, the other side. Inhale, come back to center. As you exhale, fold forward, empty the breath. Place the hands around the hip flexors, so just around where the kidneys are. Keep the crown of the head down towards the mat. Take a breath in, let the breath go. Press into the mat with the feet on your next inhale. Just come halfway so the back is flat, parallel to the mat. Take another inhale and exhale. And then on your inhale, use your core and your leg strength to bring the body back up to center. You can pigeon toe the feet in a little bit, but keep the legs nice and wide. On the inhale, sweep the arms up, the gaze can go up. On the exhale, cactus arms, so squeezing the shoulder blades together, bending the elbows, opening the heart. The gaze can be up or neutral. Inhale, to push all the way up. Exhale, tailbone heavy. Squeeze the shoulder blades, take any tension out. One more. Breathing in and letting the breath go. Inhale, the arms reach up. As you exhale, turn the right foot to the front of the mat and open the arms up for warrior two. So you should be facing the back of the mat if you're doing this at home. Ground with the feet. On the breath in, straighten the legs. The arms softly float up, the back of the palms kiss. As you exhale, pushing the palms away, lunging with that right knee. Back leg is firm. Inhale, you sweep up. Exhale, lunging and pushing away. Inhale, let's do one more, really reaching up tall. Exhale to take the stretch. Flip the front palm. On the breath in, we're reaching up and over. On the breath out, warrior two. Inhale, reaching up and over. Exhale, warrior two. One more. Sweep that arm up as you reach it up and over. And then back through to warrior two. Turn the right foot so you side on the mat again. Sweep the arms up, take a big breath in. As you breathe out, come into your goddess squat, hands to your heart space, tailbone heavy, length through the crown of the head. And just take some gentle rocks, backwards and forwards. You might want to rock onto the heel of one foot as you bend the other knee. Coming back through to center, and then over to the other side. Sometimes the most important thing in communication is not so much what's heard, but also hearing what isn't heard. Silence can speak great volumes. The quieter we become, perhaps the more we hear. Come back to center. Inhale, keep your lower half of the body in a squat. Sweep the arms up, take a breath in. As you breathe out, place the hands down on either thigh so you can really sink down a little more, but keep length through the crown of the head. Adjust the feet as you need to. If it gets too much on the thighs, you can just straighten the legs. So coming down. On the inhale, lengthen through the crown of the head. On the exhale, push the left shoulder forward and gaze over the right. So a little twist. Inhale, use your leg strength and your core to come back through to center. So you exhale over to the other side. One more on each side. Breathing in, back through to center. Breathing out, taking the stretch and lunge. Inhale, back through to center. Leaning forward with the right shoulder as you gaze over the left. Inhale, come back through to center. Sweep the arms up, take a big breath in. As you breathe out, turn the left foot to face the front of the mat. Let's open back to warrior two. So we should be back to starting position. Adjust the feet as you need to. Sweep the back hand to reach the front hand. Reach the arms all the way up. Take a big breath in. As you breathe out, take a swan dive down to your mat. Pivot on the ball of the back foot, ease the back knee down, and then scoot that left foot back so you're on all fours first. Once you've landed, take a cat-cow curl here. A breath in as the waist goes back and the gaze goes up. And as you breathe out, rounding and arching. Back to a neutral spine, splitting the knees to mat distance. Two big toes together and just drop into child's pose for a few breaths. Let the head rest on the mat. If you need a bit of height, you can use a block or a cushion. The arms can come down by your sides in front of you or down by your heels if there's tension in the shoulders. Slow down your breath a little here. My invitation is to communicate even when it feels uncomfortable or uneasy. One of the best ways to heal is simply to verbalize how you're feeling. One more breath here. Pushing into the palms as you lift the hips up, perhaps scooting the knees back to hip width distance, digging the toes in. Let's take another cat-cow here. A breath in as the waist goes back and the gaze goes up. And as you breathe out, rounding and arching. Let's come back to a neutral spine. Let's inhale that right leg all the way behind you. Take a breath in, bend it at the knee, and let's stack it over that left hip. Equal weight in the palm, just opening that hip out. Rotating the ankle one way and then the other way. One more breath. Right knee comes back behind you, right leg extends. And as you exhale, drop everything down. Take it straight on the other side. Left leg extends behind you. Take a breath in as you breathe out, bending it at the knee and stacking it over the right hip. Again, that equal weight in the palms, they're just peeling the hip open. Rotating the ankle one way and then the other way. And then extending that left leg behind you, dropping it down onto the mat. Dig the toes in, feel the stretch in the arches. Let's take another cat-cow curl here. Breathing in and letting the breath go. Back to a neutral spine, walking the hands back towards the knees. Sweep the arms all the way up. Let's take eagle arms, so right arm to left. Palms can meet at the top. If that's too intense, we take opposite palms to opposite shoulders. On the breath in, swooping the arms up and over. On the breath out, scooping the belly in as you round down. Fingertips may or may not tap the mat. Inhale, you're reaching all the way up and over. Exhale to come down. Two more like that. Breathing in and breathing out. One more. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhale, the arms reach up. As you exhale, release them from the stretch. Take a big breath in. As you breathe out, bending the elbows, pushing the arms out to the side. If you want more in the legs, so that quad stretch, you can just lean back a little. Feel the stretch through the arches of the feet if you're on the balls of the feet. Inhale to reach all the way up. Exhale, leaning back, pushing the arms out to the side. One more. Breathing in and letting the breath go. Inhale, the arms sweep up. As you exhale, take a swan dive down to your mat. Land the fingertips on the mat and come into puppy pose. Walking the fingertips to the edges of the mat, dropping the chest down. Hips up towards the ceiling. Keep that breath flowing. Inhaling and exhaling. One more breath. And then gently walking the hands all the way back. Swing the ankles out to the side and let's come down onto our sit bones. Take a moment here, regulate the breath if you need to, slowing it down a little. Maybe a rock from side to side. And then let the body and let the mind just settle. My invitation is to communicate more. Conversation can solve most problems. It's when we don't communicate, we're not clear with our intentions, is when confusion can occur. Take a breath in. Let the breath go. Sweep the arms all the way up. Feel the spine lengthen. As you breathe out, push the palms out to the side, just at shoulder height. On the inhale, sweeping forward, grounding with the sit bones like you're gathering up all the way, and let the eye gaze follow your palm. On the exhale, your own body resistance as you just push the palms facing downwards all the way down to your mat. Squeeze the shoulder blades as the arms reach behind you, and then inhale as you reach all the way up. Exhale to push away. Inhale, reaching forward, gathering all the way up. And as you exhale, letting everything just land down beside you. Extend the left leg in front of you. Two options here. So you can either bring the right foot to the inner, lost my words. You can either bring the right foot to the inner left thigh, or if you want a little bit more and you have the range, you can bring the foot on top of the thigh. So for those of you familiar with the posture, like a half lotus. Rotate the left ankle one way and then the other way. And then dip the toes, so dip the heel in of that left foot, the toes are facing upwards, so you're still engaging that left leg. On the breath in, reaching the arms all the way up. On the breath out, hinging from the hips, scooping the belly, wherever the hands land. You might be up here, you may have the range to come all the way down. On the inhale, that subtle lengthening. On the exhale, just floating down. Keep the breath flowing. Inhaling to lengthen. Exhale, perhaps coming down a little bit more. Know that once words have been spoken, they may be able to be forgiven, but they can't be taken back. So choose your words wisely. One more breath. Engage the core and then gently just start to walk the hands all the way back up. If the foot is on top of the thigh, just slide it to that inner thigh. Reach the arms all the way up. Take a big breath in. As you breathe out, place the left hand on the right knee. The right hand comes behind. A breath in to lengthen. As you breathe out, turn and gaze over that right shoulder. Keep the toes of that left foot pointing up. The leg is still switched on. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to twist. Keep the hands where they are. Just bring the body back round to center. We're pressing into that back hand and releasing the left arm up. So you can keep the hips grounded. If you want a little bit more of an active practice, press into that back hand, engage the glutes. Lift the legs up and really arch the back as you sweep that left arm all the way up and over. Holding it here for 3, 2, 1. Everything drops down onto the mat. Bring both knees in for a squeeze. Wrap your arms around and just give yourself a little hug. A gentle rock from side to side. Tuck the head in towards the knee. One more breath. And then when you're ready, lifting the body back up as you extend the right leg in front of you. The left foot comes into that thigh, or you can place it on top of the thigh. And you might notice a difference on this side. Rotate that right ankle one way. And then the other way. Then dip the heel in, the toes are pointing up. On the breath in, reach the arms up. On the breath out, like you're gazing over the toes as you reach forward, wherever the hands land. A breath in to lengthen. As you breathe out, let the body fold over that leg. Soften the back of the neck. Inhaling, a lengthening. Exhale, perhaps come down a little bit lower. One more breath. And then engaging the core as the hands just gently walk all the way up and the spine lengthen. Breathe the arms up again. Take a big breath in. As you breathe out, right hand on left knee, left hand behind. Lengthening first on the breath in, and then turning gaze over that left shoulder. Toes of the right foot are pointing up. Keep the jaw soft, breathing in to lengthen. As you breathe out, turning gaze over to twist a little more. The hands remain where they are. The body comes back to face the front of the mat. The left hand stays in the mat. The right arm reaches up, either remaining grounded or pushing into that back hand as you sweep the right arm up, arching the back. Holding it here for 3, 2, 1. Gently just dropping everything down. Come to the top of the mat if you're not there already. Legs extended. 2 big toes are together. Widen through the collarbones. Let the hands just rest down by your side. This is called Dandasana or staff pose. So pushing out through the soles of the feet. You can feel the leg muscles switch on. You're sitting up nice and tall. Give your shoulders plenty of room. Take a deep breath in. Let the breath go. Interlace the fingertips in front of the heart space. On the inhale, reaching the arms all the way up. On the exhale, keep pushing out through the soles of the feet. We're engaging the core and not the back as you just start to lean back, feeling that core muscle engage. Tuck the chin into the chest to protect the neck. And on the inhale, sweeping all the way up again. Take a big breath in. As you breathe out, reaching forward, engaging the core muscles. One more like that. Breathing in and letting the breath go. Inhale, reach the arms up. As you exhale, bring the hands down by your side. Point the toes away from you. On the inhale, dig the heels in, the toes are pointing upwards. Again, try not to tense the shoulders up. Exhale to point away. Inhale, pushing out through the soles of the feet. Bring the hands behind you. Give your shoulders plenty of room. Either take a back bend with everything grounded, the toes are pointing away from you. Again, if you want a more active practice, the option is to push into the palms, lift the hips up, tuck the chin into the chest. You can either gaze towards the toes or drop the head back as long as there's no healing in the neck. Holding it here for 3, 2, 1, and then gently tucking chin back into the chest as you gently just lower the body all the way down. Come back to a seated posture, whatever feels comfortable for you. Sit bones ground. And let's just take a few breaths together here. On the inhale, the shoulders shrug up towards the ears. And this time on the exhale, take a rotation forwards. One more like that, but let's use the whole body. So inhale, shrug the shoulders up, and exhale. It's almost like you're tipping the body forward as you rotate the shoulders back. One more like that. Breathing in and breathing out. Come back through to center. Let the hands just rest over the knees. Just take a gentle lean to the right. Inhale back through to center. Exhale, leaning to the left. We're grounding with the sit bone. Come back through to center. And then just take some hip rotations, leaning to the side, forward. You can make them as small or as big as they like, but make sure you're grounding with the sit bones, even as you rock back. You might even want to engage the whole of the upper body and even the head. Just let everything be soft. Can you listen with curiosity? But at the same time, can you speak with absolute honesty? Come back to neutral. Once you finish the circle that you're on, take a breath in to lengthen. As you breathe out, just turn and gaze over the right shoulder. Inhaling, coming back through to center. As you exhale, over to the other side. Come back through to center. Reach up with the arms to stretch the whole of the upper body. Take a big breath in. As you breathe out, bring the hands, one on your heart space, one on your belly. Let's finish off with some deeper inhale. So shutting the eyes down perhaps. You might want to even lie on your mat and finish your practice lying on your mat with one hand on your heart and one on your belly. Do what's nourishing for you at this particular time that you're practicing. And just start to notice the inhale and the exhale without trying to force anything for the first few breaths. Just simply noticing how the body pulls away and then feels the palms on the inhale and the exhale. Taking that body scan around the shoulders and neck again, noticing if they feel any different to the start of the practice. And then taking that full body scan. Any other parts that feel a little tender still, then send the breath to those areas. That people don't always need advice. Sometimes all they need is a hand to hold, an ear to listen, and a heart to understand. So my invitation is to listen with curiosity, speak with honesty, act with integrity. The greatest problem with communication is we don't listen to understand, we listen to reply. And when we listen with curiosity, we don't listen with the intent to reply, we listen for what's behind the words. Let's take a deep inhale in through the nose. A big letting go sigh out the mouth. If the eyes are shut, just gently open them. Interlace the fingertips at the base of the belly, palms facing down, elbows wide. On the breath in, bring the palms up under the chin. On the breath out, pushing away, rounding the back. Inhale to reach all the way up and over. Exhale, arms out to the side. Interlace the fingertips behind you. Take a big breath in as you squeeze the shoulder blades together. And as you breathe out, reaching forward, guiding everything back in. One more round. Breathing in. Palms under the chin, elbows high. Breathing out to push away. Inhale, sweeping the arms up and over. As you exhale, arms out to the side, interlacing the fingertips behind you. Take a big breath in as you squeeze the shoulder blades together. And as you breathe out, reaching forward. This time make a prayer and just guide the hands back to your heart space. Take a deep inhale in, let the breath go. Feel free to shut the eyes. Know that a little communication goes such a long way. If you're busy, then say it. If you're upset, then express it. If you're running late, let people know. If you don't want to do something, be straightforward. If you're unsure, then simply ask. It seems so simple, yet it's often missed, but so important. Let's take a deep inhale in as the arms reach all the way up. Perhaps a gentle back bend here, opening the heart. And as you exhale, bringing the hands to your heart space, soften through the shoulders, soften through the facial features. Let's take a collective breath together, inhaling in through the nose. A big letting go sigh out the mouth. As we seal our practice, and that people don't always need advice. Sometimes all they need is a hand to hold, an ear to listen, and a heart to understand. So my invitation is to listen with ears of tolerance, See through the eyes of compassion and speak always with the language of love. And it starts with ourselves. Listen to yourself with ears of tolerance. See yourself through eyes of compassion and speak to yourself only with the language of love. Namaste. Thank you for joining me for this practice. I hope each and one of you have got what you needed out of it, and remember that you're important and that you're loved as you step off the mat into your life. Namaste.
Thank you for joining us for Stretch and Flow with Rashi. We hope you've enjoyed the class. Please subscribe and make sure if you have any questions, please send an email, get in touch some way. Once again, thank you and have a great day.